grace and celebrations of this day, of this moment, of this aligned vortex of time of awakening. Lord Siva's grace, the time of the light of consciousness to shine through each of us. On our path of yoga, we are blessed. To be on the path of yoga means we are walking towards light. All the other benefits, health, vitality, happiness, love, all these dimensions of goodness that completes us is yogam. So when we do yoga, there's something beautiful and good. This is grace. This is the grace that Mother India has been incubating, nurturing and growing through thousands of years. And when Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji set International Yoga Day, it was giving the gift of consciousness and all the light of the grace through yoga. This grace is tapas. Tapas is a very powerful energy form. It's the innermost fire within each of us. Awake, we are on tapas. Awake, every breath of ours is with source, from source and to source. In this moment of Mahasivratri of today is all the amazing beings of light all across the globe. And here with us is Mohanji. Words of Siva, words of vibrancies of light. He awaits us. Siddha Purush, Avatar Babaji, Baba Natraj, Tavas Yogi of Brahmarishi Hills, Rohini Mataji of Brahmarishi Hills, Radhama, Adi Sokka Siddha. All of us are here to light that innermost lamp within ourselves. Once the lamp is lit, once we are on the pathway of yoga, we are the yogi. So through all of this is, what is it that we can receive from an awake, realized master? You can receive that consciousness. This consciousness is what is there within yoga. This consciousness is activated in the grace we receive from our gurus. The grace we receive from our gurus is the mantra energies. Mantras are seeds. They come, they wake us up. And then who is in the mantra we invoke, we become. So yoga is attaining yogam, becoming that infinite, vast, void being, having this human experience. We allow all our potential to shine. This Mahasivratri alignment of time is when blessings simply comes on its way. Grace of the awake flows from our end to receive the grace, to be the grace, to digest this light is the celebrations. So we are here to celebrate this night. The night is so young. We just got started. And as we get started and as we get deeper into the time, into the timelessness, experience the states of Turiya, the elusive, beautiful realm of the sages, the yogis. This is the attainments of yoga, yogam, to have a mind that is in consciousness, super consciousness, the super mind. This is why in Mahasivratri period we do not sleep, we stay up, because we are now expanding our consciousness beyond. When we do an intermittent, a little fast, it does good for our body. Likewise, when we go beyond sleep, that once a year especially, and as we take a pilgrimage within to going beyond the thresholds of the mind, our health, vitality, wisdom, all the dimensions of us as an experience is enhanced. So all of this is through the mantra grace that we are to receive. Bhairava Sekha Swami, my first guru, had taken me through my death experience, and as he took me through my death experience, I could feel that I had gone through several death experiences of several lifetimes, and then finally I found inside myself an embryo, and he had given me the mantra, and that mantra nourished and sustained and grew that embryo, and I felt that embryo grow larger and larger and larger, and then finally that being me, I realized was me, and my pathway to yoga began, and my pathway within myself began. This experience is there for every one of us when we desire it. To seek source with all our heart is the proximity of source with us and the mantra. So Bhairava Sekha Swami had he considers Arunachala, the sacred Arunachala mountains, as his guru, Lord Siva. And he received this mantra as the mantra that beings of light would chant when they go around the pillar of light. Lord Arunachala, when you meditate on him as the pillar of light, in presence is the awake blessings. So Bhairava Sekha Swami received this mantra as a mantra that we should receive from inside out. So when you say Om, Om, Om 3 times, expand into the 3 rounds that we are. When you say Ah, Ah, Ah 3 times, complete ourselves in all the 3 dimensions we are. And then when you say Om Namah Shivaya, from inside derive the mantra. Receive the mantra through the element of earth. Feel the earth element, feel the body, feel the vibrancies of experience as the human, as the body. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Climb up and feel the fluidity. Within the fluidity, bring within relationships and the mind and all that which we consider a reality. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Climb into the element of fire. Visualize the fire as the sun, visualize the fire as the innermost light, visualize the fire as our experience itself. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Experience Lord Siva as breath and go feel the realm beyond breath. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Climb into infinity, infinity within infinity. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. In the infinity, within the finite is the dancer. Within the infinity, in the finite is the dancer. So this is the dancer whom we are, the experienced experiencer and the witness to this experience. All of this is oneness. Let's go into the mantra, within the mantra. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. The left hand is your mother, right hand is a father. Press the left toe, take a deep inhale, feel the left breath, mother energy. Press the right toe, father, sun breath. Rub both the palms together, male and female together, mother and father together, infinite and finite together. Om Namah Shivaya, and to see the blessings. So, divine beings, now we are stepping into the realm of Lord Siva. That is the 8th dimension. In reality, when I'm saying 8, it could have been 8 million. It could be in 8 billion. That is how infinite Lord Siva is. But like this Lord Siva is consciousness, empowering consciousness. During Mahasivratri, when we journey within, as a householder, we have a lot of responsibilities. Being in a cave is pretty much more comfortable for the space of for the higher spirit to be in space than in the household with thousands of things going on. And yet, being the vortex within and consuming out all the karma is tapas, the grace of tapas, the grace of evolving. Tapas is when we sit down the mantra, focus with an intent, and ultimately let go of all the I, me into the we, and within that sustained focus, a power grows. This is the power of the eagle mind. This is the power of the fire that lights one another. The power of tapas is the grace treasures of Mother India, all the sages, all the enlightened beings, and then all the enlightened beings across the globe. all their tapas be with us now. So let's experience Lord Siva in the 8 blessings. The first is receive the love of God, the love of Source, and that Source God is our personal choice. Receive that love and hold that love as an embryo. But more important is understand that we set discipline as a yogi to have more states of joy and more states of liberation. That inside all of this is the embryo we receive. So when we go to a temple, church, mosque, anywhere we go, when we go in, we are going there to receive an embryo of the divine. And that we nurture where we are. That we grow to become. The space within all the houses of worship are huge and vast to accommodate ourselves when we have woken up. They are huge. So, in this process, in this dimension is understanding bhakti. Bhakti as the ultimate, supreme fruits of love. And bhakti is the grace blessings we have within us, our heart. Faith, hope, all of this is bhakti. Holding to that source, holding to the mantra grace, holding to the light. So when you say the mantra, let's thank the divine, and let's thank the divine in giving us this embryo and being the embryo with us. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. All masters, the gurus, show us God. A guru shows God. Lord Siva comes in the form of the guru. Ramana Maharishi would mention that every temple has a vortex of power. And in all the Lord Siva temples, the vortex of power is before Dakshinamurti, Lord Siva as the teacher. This understanding Lord Siva as the teacher within whom all the other teachers are, is receiving all the teachers and the wisdom of all the beings. So when you say the mantra, feel ourselves as the pillar of light with Guru Dakshinamurti, the teacher of teacher, and all the grace of light around us. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. See the grace blessings. Now, this is the time when all the way grace pours. Pours all over. Especially here. Mother India has done her puja. All the celebrations are complete. And here we are receiving the grace. So, for a moment, bring our thoughts together and receive the grace blessings of all the masters. All the masters be present with us now. All the beings of light, all the awake consciousness, pour into us. Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya. Now, let's connect to Lord Siva through the third eye, where is the grace of all the masters. Look into the third eye, take a tongue backwards and say the mantra and the vibration through the third eye. Receive the blessings of all the masters, all the light. Now, as we began, we mentioned that the life of a household, being in the midst of humanity, has so many challenges, and each one of us have our own challenges. And in these challenges, when we are able to incubate the divine light, we multiply exponentially. The only grace we can, the only thing we are born with and that we take from here to death and the next birth is consciousness. That's the only thing we have. Lord Siva is the who am I? Am I the one who was before I was born? Am I the one who I am after my death? Who am I? So when you say, who am I, take a soul beyond this life experience as connecting to the infinity and infinity of all the lifetimes and find the light within as Lord Siva. And this Lord Siva is the light that protects us and guides us through our journey experience at all times. So let's go into this light. Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya. Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya. So when we say Lord Siva is the protector, in the reality there is the challenges. And when we are constantly saying the mantras, there will be times when we are saying, God help me. There will be times when you say, God, I'm grateful. There will be times when you say, God, wow. But through all of this we know that we are not alone. We are the many. We are the we. We are that infinite consciousness at all times being protected, at all times being nurtured and taken care of. So when we say the mantra now, let's connect to that umbilical cord, that womb of source within us as the light that we have been carrying for all the births and the now. This light that we nurture, the light that we hold within us that protects us and creates a vortex of light where there is no more darkness. No darkness can permeate. Our light destroys darkness. Where we are, darkness has no place. So when you say the mantra, we are stepping into the higher vibrations. This higher vibration aligns all of realities to its dimensional energies. So let's go into the mantra. Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya, 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 Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya. Om Namah Maya Om, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya, Om Namah Maya. Now we come into life and realities. In life is where we are and the momentum of happenings around us, and where are we steering our consciousness. If God appears before us and says, hey, ask for anything, what is it that we can ask God for? In reality, think if you ask for something now, 8 to 60 years from today, what would that mean anything? The reality is, if you ask God, say, hey God, I want to be you. I want to be conscious. Now, whatever is within us, we know that it is. Or better still, we know where to ask as to what is good for us to ask. Now, to go to the place of consciousness, of higher consciousness, and then come back into the reality world means we are bringing the wisdom into the realities to create our heavens. This heavens is the reality that is swirl around us. In relationships especially, what we do in our work career, what we do from our heart, our health, our vitality, all of this is the reality. So let's go within ourselves to be that epicenter of harmony and core tranquility of Lord Siva. When you say Sankara, Sankara is the vibrancy states of Lord Siva as the perfect zero. From here, anything is possible. Sankara. So when you go into the mantra, now step in and bring all the realities into the calm space. Bring all of that which we are dealing with into the calm space. And let our vibrations vibrate through all the realities to align it to our source light. Om Namah Maya 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 Om Namah Maya. See the blessings. As we journey through each breath, at all times being the core within is being the harmony, being the completion, being the whole. As a yogi, the wholeness is everything. Mahaprabhu Alamela. The story goes that here was a boy in a village who fell in love with a girl, and the day after the marriage, she is bitten by a snake and she dies. He is heart-struck. Alama Prabhu now, at that time, he had literally gone mad. He'd gone street to street calling for his wife, refusing to believe, refusing to accept that she has died. And then as he goes through, walking through the villages, he sees something that appears from the earth like a breast. He walks towards it and sees mud below it, and he starts clearing it, and it's actually a temple, an ancient temple that is buried by mud. So he digs and digs and digs and digs and digs and clears the space, and finally he gets to the door. And he opens the door and he sees a sage sitting down with his eyes open, the white of his eyes open, and he says, "You have finally come." And the sage hands him over the lingam, and Alama Prabhu receives it, and the sage leaves his body, and now Alama Prabhu has become the sage. Alama Prabhu, the master. Now he is the master. Now in those days they would have satsangs, and all the saints from all the places would come to congregate. And in one of the congregations, one of the satsangs, one of the saints makes his body so hard that no sword can actually hurt him. And finally, Alama Prabhu said, "Okay," and they challenged them to strike a sword, but the sword went all the way through his body. He had mastered the 5 elements. Now, through the story is that extreme, intense depression, like Siddhartha, set him on the journey. That is within each one of us. All of these life circumstances are within each one of us. It happens. Flip it into the light. That sage who was waiting for Alama Prabhu to give that lingam. That is how a spiritual journey is. That when we start our journey, there is that being. All the beings are here waiting to give the light to us. Take all of the realities and let it go into the answer, and let it go into this light. And from here, we set the vibrancies of all the realities experience from being the spirit. So let's go in, when we say Om, when we go into the mantra, let's hold the realities, bring together all the life realities. See, when life realities work, it works under the law of karma and dharma. So when Gautama Buddha, when Siddhartha left his wife to go to be the Buddha, she could not have got married. She would have been very destroyed. There definitely would be a karmic place over here, the karmic dimension for Buddha to face, irrespective of the fact that he led the world to light. There is this dimension. This is karma. The karma has to play. But this is relationship. This is the energy field that we are inside and within, that we want to transform from karma to dharma. So when you say the mantra, let's pick up all the relationship karma and transform it to dharma, and allow the higher vibrancies to allow us the healing, and allow us the growing, and allow us the revitalization and the resilience power to be the many, to spring back at the millions, the power of resilience especially. Om Namah Maya, 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 Om Namah Maya. When we meditate, when we are in the wholeness, we are in a place of we are fulfilled beings. Now in all the lamps that we light in altar spaces in India, you would see Goddess Lakshmi behind it. Now, for a sage meditating inside a cave, what is the use of Goddess Lakshmi? When you're hungry, food is brought to you. Whatever the needs are within, we are taken care of. We are fulfilled. That light within is served by divinity in all its possible ways. This light is when we are fulfilled and complete. So in life, in our realities, we have all these challenges, and yet when we come into our core self, we are Siva. So let's feel that, let's be this grace blessings of Lord Siva. Om Namah Maya, 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 Om Namah Maya. At all times, when we know we are the spirit having this human experience, when we know that we are the vast being in the body, in this experience, we know we can separate ourselves from all that which we call stress and all the entrapments and limitations that are put onto us, including emotional. From the core harmony is understanding we are the spirit, we are the vastness. Our soul has connected with Lord Siva's source, and now we are the vast being. This vast being of higher self is the purity and grace of our journey. So take a hand, put it on the right side, okay? And when we say the mantra, feel source from the heart chakra. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. See the blessings. Now, feel Lord Siva as a spirit. When you say the mantra, feel Lord Siva as a spirit, as the golden color. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. See, when we enter into the realm, golden color is easy to enter in because that's what our soul wants. Lord Siva's color is blue. So from here, flip into the blue color. The blue, the healing blue. The blue that is beyond life, holding all life, holding the vibrancies of infinity. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. So as a higher spirit, as a vast being in the body, remind ourselves whom we are, the vast being. So when we are as vast beings, so is the realities. from the wisdom. Now, imagine yourself as 8 to 10 to 12 feet tall. That's how big our spirit really is. So when you say the mantra, let's connect to that vastness that we are. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Receive the blessings. Now, this is personal. Lord Siva as breath and wisdom. Why is it personal? Because breath is the only real estate we own. So, that which we own as breath, when we let go into the light, we are the breath beyond breath grace. And here is where wisdom is. The innermost wisdom, the inner guru is awake. So, when you say the mantra, let's go into the breath. Now, as we go through this journey of Mahasivratri, you will come through our brother, divine brother Tavasi Swami's mantra chants of Om Namah Shivaya. It incorporates Guruji Annesada Rajkumar Swami's grace of teachings of the Brahmari Nadi. This Brahmari Nadi is the grace of the breath beyond breath, in breath. So when you say the mantra, go into the vibrancy, but imagine for all purposes the pillar of light, and we're going into the vibrancy of the mantra. And as you go into the vibrancy of the mantra, let's step into the breath beyond breath. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Now we are going into the Brahmari Nadi. Lingam represents infinity indefinite. Imagine ourselves as a lingam. Imagine ourselves as the golden being inside the lingam. Now when we go into the breath beyond breath, be the grace of Lord Siva. Now, when we say samadhi, it is we've taken all our breath inside and within, and now we are into the breath beyond breath. So, take a deep inhale, hold the breath, say the mantra within, let the lower spine rise, open the heart chakra, about a feet above the crown chakra. Exhale slowly. Now when you say the mantra, imagine ourselves as the lingam, the pillar of light. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Every breath of ours holds the possibilities. Every breath of ours is the possibility. What is possible? To be the spirit, Lord Siva, having this human experience. So, when we say the mantra, visualize ourselves, the vast infinite spirit, right in the moment of Mahasivratri, awake and infinite and as the pillar of light. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Receive the blessings. Beings like Mahatma Gandhi, the part that is adorable is his connectivity to Source, God, at all times, at all times. He was a sinner who evolved to be the saint. Each one of us have that past that we evolved to be the light. Within each is the grace of bhakti and the power of tapas. The power of tapas really means we have an energy flow of light happening, and that energy field of light is also moving us forward. Tapas energy of Lord Siva is being Siva every breath. This power, this empowerment is the pristine mind, is guided by Source, Siva, God, the Lord of space, the vortex of light. So, all the beings of enlightenment, what is it that they attained? Liberation, to be liberated, the supreme joy of being free. This supreme awakening within us to be liberated is Lord Siva. 2 days before Guruji Annai Siddha Rajakumar Swamigal left his body, he called me, and it was a video call. What struck me at that time was, here is a master of a soul, pure, brilliant soul, simply adorning a body. That's how I felt when I had my last talk with him. And this is whom we are when we awaken, as with the mantra energy embedded in our subconscious. So let's say the mantra within our subconsciousness and then rise to the blessings of Lord Siva as the element of space. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Receive the blessings. In our journey towards light, our pathway is that of joy. Our pathway is that of vibrancy within ourselves, celebrating and dancing. Years ago, I would climb up Arunachala mountains to be near the presence of Guru Ayya. And he was in absolute solitude. 1.5 hours would be the time when they open his enclosure. And the enclosure was put together with all the thorns and all the bushes and everything else. And a small little makeshift cave was made around him. So I would spend my time behind and in quietness, just to have the feel of the moment with Guru Ayya. And at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, he starts singing. It felt like all of the heavens was descending. There were supreme states of joy. This states of joy, I felt, was pure nectar. And this nectar is the power of tapas. The power of tapas was the states of joy that he was in. So what is it that we could do for ourselves? Understand that within each of us is, within us is the dancer. And this dancer is the absolute sheer core harmony within ourselves. The stillness. The dancer within the stillness. So, with the night being so young and beautiful, let's go into another mantra, which essentially is the dancer, the dance within. Arakara Sankara Jaya Jaya Sankara, Arakara Sankara Jaya Jaya Sankara, Arakara Sankara Jaya Jaya Sankara, Arakara Sankara Jaya Jaya Sankara. Lord Siva as a dancer, it means every experience of ours is expanding our consciousness. When we say Arakara, Arakara is the sound of manifestation. Sankara is Lord Siva the dancer. That which is within the atom is that which is all of the universe of universes. To say Shankara is to be gifted in nourishment, sustained light by Lord Siva, by consciousness. So when you say the mantra, know that we are seated in the vibrant dance that allows the universes its perfection, its light. Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara 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 Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara. What we would do, the 8 dimensions of Lord Siva, let's experience this as a dancer. As a dancer, as a divine love, as bhakti, let's welcome the dancer within. Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara 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 Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara. Now, let's feel him as the Guru to the third eye. Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara 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 Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara. Now, let's experience him as the protector, to be the protector, be the vortex of light, the vibrancies of Lord Siva, Source, God. Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara 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 Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara. Go into depth of the life stories of all the masters, the opposition they each faced, from Abraham Lincoln to Swami Vivekananda. Each of the masters faced a huge challenge that they could resolve exclusively from inside out, the power of tapas. Each of the masters knew what to hold the light. In our light, invoke source in all the names, all the dimensions. Each one of us are entitled to our own love of God in our own unique forms. On planet Earth, there are that many religions as that many people. Billions. Reason? Each one of us have a unique connectivity to Source, God. So this unique connectivity within each one of us, let's feel the energy as the dancer. Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara 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 Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara. Now, come into the life and realities. When Mother Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas, said, Lord Krishna, give me a little bit of problems so I can constantly think of you. Certainly, we all have enough and more in our own baggages of life to carry. We all. But when our mind is low, and when our realities have hit us, the only place to hold is the source light within ourselves. So let's go hold the source light. Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara 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 Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara. See, as we journey through Mahasivratri is understanding that there's a dance going on inside ourselves. From the roots, circulate the energies around from the roots. Let the energy of Mother Kundalini rise. Let the joy of ecstasy and happiness and beingness be the dance. Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara 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 Aragara Sangara Jaya Jaya Sangara. Now, when we pour abhishekam, when we pour milk offering, when we pour water over a lingam, a powerful energy blessing is happening. That is called that's why we do the darshan. We look at the lingam, we watch. If there's any problem, anything that we need to resolve, or simply receive the blessing, we look at the lingam abhishekam. They're pouring water, milk, honey, each offering is made over the lingam to represent that energy field. It's a puja is the mother of meditation. We do a puja for the rest of the day, for the rest of the few days, few hours or more. We are going to be in a meditative state. So this puja, watching the darshan, is grace, is receiving grace, is watching the Siva Linga puja. Now, when we are saying the mantra, imagine milk being poured over us. Imagine ourselves as the lingam. Let's go into the mantra and feel ourselves as the lingam and feel the offerings being given to us. Now when we bring the grace of fulfillment and contentment that allows us to sit down to meditate, to be Lord Siva, we are bringing this energy into our stillness. So when we go into the grace blessings of Lord Siva, connect both the breath, the inhale, the inhale and the exhale to the eternal light of Lord Siva. Let's flip into the Om Namah Shivaya mantra, because that is the mantra of the lingam, the pillar of light. No beginning, no end. So when you say the Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, the Om in the middle is to swing the energies around, to be the dancer within. You put the Om in the middle. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, divine beings. Sorry, there seems to be a Om Namah Shivaya, divine beings. So, as we were going through the journey, there's been a technical glitch. So here we are. So, through this period of time, is being the light and celebrating the light. So, as in being the light and celebrating the light is the Om Namah Shivaya mantra as breath and wisdom. So when you say breath and wisdom, when our breath has connected or gone to the womb within us, the samadhi wisdom of the breath beyond breath, we are now awakening our innermost guru. Samadhi states is within everyone. All of us have that inherent ability to go into samadhi. One of my journeys, about 14, 15 years ago, was a lady who sat next to me in the plane, and you could see that she was so worn out. And she starts talking to me in the plane. And she tells me, I have nobody. I have no money. And after I get out of the airport, I hope I can find a place to commit suicide. I wish to die. And I was shocked. There was a part in me which did not know what to do and how to help. And here is a person who was broken. So I realized the only thing that I could do for myself is to hold the breath with the mantra. But I did not want to offer her anything spiritual, in any talk, unless she asked for it. So I stood back a little bit and I told her, how much do you really not want to live? If that's the case, hold your breath and ask God, hey God, where are you? And ask, don't let go. The only thing you own is your breath. Hold it and I'll give it to God. Give it to Source, whoever it is. Give it there. But hold it and come to resolve here. And 6 hours later, there was total quiet. But 6 hours later, she was glowing. She said, now I know. Now I know. That's all she said. She was glowing and happy. What she had done was surrendered that breath to the divine. And this stepping into samadhi really means being with the mantra in that energy. And so when we are saying the mantra, let's say it from the breath beyond breath, understanding that we have surrendered our breath into the light. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Now, Lord Siva as space and vortex of light. The vortex of light is the vibrancies at all times. Being in the vibrancies of all times makes our life the miracle itself. Siddha Purush Baba Nataraj holds a beautiful miracle at all times. At all times. Any given day or time, he smells like a newborn baby. At all times. The essence of purity. Now, when we go deeper and deeper into ourselves, the higher, greater, better version of us awakens. The vast beingness awakens. There's so many different dimensions in which we wake up in the form of our own genius and siddhis. But most important is they align to us in a way in which we grow dharma, we negate karma, we dissolve away limitations of karma. We constantly are building in dharma. So, as we step into the realms of becoming the better version of ourselves, so many beautiful dimensions, so many beautiful realities too happens. But it does not mean that we have it as the good and the challenges. Now, as we work through with the challenges, is the incubation of all of this within ourselves. Before we go to bed especially, say the mantra, step into the womb of the cosmic. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing, get the mantra, align ourselves, realign ourselves into the light. So, as we say the mantra, let's align ourselves into the womb within us. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Receive the grace blessings. The mantra of Om Namah Shivaya is within us. As we say the mantra, we understand that each circumstance in our life is meant for the mantra. We resolve by stepping into the core harmony of higher vibrancy of light. And from here, when we work with our realities, being in reality, we are in the energy field of being the vortex of light, protected, guided at all times. So, divine beings, let's go through the mantra as a pillar of light, and as we go through the pillar of light, go into the innermost vibrancy within the mantra that we will hold. So as we go through Mahasivratri, through the period of time and for all times, let the mantra vibrate from inside out. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. From this moment onwards, divine beings, we move forward as the vast being of light, the grace of Lord Siva, the grace of being awake. Later today, receive the grace blessings of light that awakens us to be the presence of tapas, of all the masters in the now, in our presence. Om Namah Shivaya, divine beings, looking forward to the celebration. Let the vibrant mantra fires within each uplift ourselves and all of humanity. The next event is there would be all the beautiful experiences you would have. At 3 a.m. is the 108 Maha Moksha mantra chants. We will set an intent and go through the chants together wherever we are. Each one of us are the powerful mandala. And when we come together on this auspicious moment, we are multiplying the light grace of Lord Siva. So, looking forward to the shared blessings and celebrations. Om Namah Shivaya, divine beings. Om Namah Shivaya. Om.